Wisps of Mist by Gwen Frostic. Crystalled wisps of mist drifting in the sky, an ever-endless cycle from earth to earth again. Wistful wisps of thoughts, of stars beyond stars, waves upon waves of the wondrous harmony that underlies all life. Simple little words, sincere and beautiful, echo the timeless rhythm of wings, winds, mists. Birds and dry leaves fly with the wild winds and float with the sparkling waters of the river. A moving rhythm fills the air, ripples the waters, and sweeps across the land. The tempo quickens, and all things keep pace. Buoyant seeds with silken wings glisten in the sunlit air. Mushrooms rise from the earth, the last golden leaves rustle, bare trees toss their branches to the sky, and they too are beautiful. On and on it goes, each season in its glory, blending with the next. Cosmical simplicity, even as things merge into intricate designs and ways of life, with the interdependencies, birds upon insects, leaves upon roots, the grass upon the land, and the dependency of all upon the sun and the winds. Alone, each thing is the very essence of simplicity, a drop of water with its wondrous transparency, a strand of spider's silk with its elasticity and strength, a tiny seed that holds within it life, simplicity, the manifestation of a miracle. The shadow of a gull glides silently across the dunes. The beech trunk is mottled by the shadows of its leaves. Flowers cast delicate patterns upon the earth. Wherever there is light, there are shadows that foreshorten with the rising sun and lengthen as the sun nears far horizons. Each thing, whatever it may be, projects its own. The little mud hut of many tunnels has been made with diligent effort. Fresh food has been stored for the young that will hatch and spin their cocoons before emerging into the light, never seeing the mother that gave them life, and so elaborately prepared for their survival. There it stood, a great tree, reaching. Suddenly dark clouds formed, lightning flashed, the life of a tree was shattered. The storm has spent its fury and disintegrated, leaving no clue as to why this tree was struck. In its wake, many lives must adjust to that one moment when lightning flashed and a tree fell. The birds that built nests in its limbs, the insects that lived on its leaves and in turn pollinated its blossoms, the flowers that grew to loveliness in its shade, the owl that used it as a perch to survey the countryside, the earthworms that lived in the soil and kept air around its roots. Even its natural enemies will know its loss. Many years, many winters, springs, and falls will pass as new life replaces this tree. Other trees will grow, other birds will come. Sun-blooming flowers will replace those that lived in its shade. Even at the moment of destruction, there's a glimmer of realization that life must go on. The elements that made this tree great shall remain forever. The beauty and serenity reflected by this life cannot be destroyed. Another age shall know a moment of greatness. Other trees will grow. Other birds will come. Roots deep in the earth, limbs reaching to the heavens. From the earth it draws its life. Its spirit is up where the winds blow free, and the tips of its twigs are young. When a bud is opened, when a seed has sprouted, it can never retreat into itself again. All life is an irreversible process. Once a seed has set forth a shoot toward the light, a thin root into the earth, it must grow or perish. A stem becomes the lifeline between the two regions in which the plant shall live. Leaves will form, a flower will blossom, and it will produce a seed patterned after its own, the same protection it had, the same way of travel, yet in some minute way different. For the wondrous design that brought this plant from the first green life that lived in the waters of the earth goes on its boundless way forever. Always there shall be increased differentiation and perfection. The future holds many mysteries. Life is in the present. But clouds will move across the sky, trees will rise from tiny seeds. There will be magic in the call of birds and in the flight of fireflies. For if these things perish, there will be no life. And so, all things of earth live this day, this hour, intensely, each growing to fulfill itself, and when tomorrow comes, it will have grown to that tomorrow. A deep, majestic harmony prevails, a harmony that cannot be upset by fluctuations. Storms will come and pass. The wind may bend and twist a tree. Rains or drought determine the size and loveliness of flowers. Birds will meet the hazards of a cold spring, and so will the frogs and the snails. And yet, life moves with certainty among all the uncertainties, while transgressing no laws, for the fundamental laws of the universe are rigid. Each life may use every resource within its reach to achieve individuality. This is the freedom of life. This is the freedom life grants to every living thing. To the tiniest insect and to the greatest tree, to each the passion to grow, to develop alone, through one's own efforts, that all life shall flourish. And so, quietly, never revealing its purpose, never answering to protests, the pattern evolves, growth and perfection of all life's facets. Always, the future will take care of itself. as it becomes the present. Snow has fallen, green life has been arrested, buds of next year's growth are sealed and protected against the storms. The birds that stay live on food stored by the green plants and seeds and buds, or life yet unborn. Insect eggs hidden in the trunks of trees, colors against the white earth are brilliant. Red, blue, and yellow wings flash through the air. Great sunsets linger long after the sun has passed beyond the horizon. Every sound, each slight movement, is intensified by the crisp air, the squeaking of the snow, the wind among the trees. The outlines of all things are clear and sharp. Little animals scamper all over the snow, leaving a maze of tracks. And life is very vital. Deep in the roots of the ferns, tiny fiddleheads are tightly curled, ready to push up when the time is right. Early flowers, not having time to manufacture food for their sudden growth of springtime, having stored it in their bulbs all winter, and they too are ready. When the white frozen water begins to flow, it shines in dark beauty between the banks of snow. And in the moonlight, a swan floats in elegant serenity. The wind is free, and in its freedom moves great clouds across the sky. It touches every leaf and blade of grass, and makes them sway and dance. The invincible life of a plant is free, to live, to grow in beauty. As long as there is life on earth, green plants shall rise in freedom. In the blazing sun the waters twinkle. Birds are free in the sky above. Free are the frogs that trill in the pond. Yet freedom shall always be within the confines of each cosmos. Birds must fly the airways that birds long, long have flown. The winds are guided by the sun, the whirling of the earth, and so are the sparkling waters. Each green plant shall ever grow within the realm of its kind. As freedom serves all things of earth, all things do homage to freedom. Winds whisper in the reeds, a myriad insects hum. With birds and rippling waters, the world is never silent. To the ear that listens, these wordless sounds are music. Petals and feathers, mushrooms and rocks, all things of earth have color that changes with the light of day, with the seasons and the years. The beauty of these shades and hues is a reflection of the heart. Butterflies hover among bright flowers, a gull soars high above. The winds and waves move endlessly, and with them, seeds and sand. To one that feels the rhythm, each slight stir is dance. See the beauty, hear the music, feel the rhythm, dream the dream of loveliness. Colored wings rise over fields of grass and into the skies above. Theirs is the present alone, as though yesterday never was and tomorrow will never be. Living life moment by moment, they sing in ecstasy. They have survived storms and long flights across land and seas. Their nests may be destroyed. They will build again. They remain ever alert to danger through their entire lives. But on this hour, they sing. Pine cone opens, and the winds and the birds carry the seeds and drop them upon the earth. Some will not open at all. Others will move about in little gusts of wind until they reach a spot where they may develop. As the trees grow, a few will reach great heights with limbs and roots working in perfect harmony, while they promote and foster other life to live to fullness around them. Some will never reach their full potential, but the leaves of one will never be stripped and given to another. The roots will not be arrested that another may grow, for wealth and the capacity for greatness cannot be absorbed. They must come from within. And so, etched against the setting sun, majestic trees stand, a symbol of greatness. Even the tiny ladybug shares the responsibility for the intricate balance of the universe, helping to keep it beautiful and productive. Close to the earth the grasses grow, beyond the grass the flowers. Higher than these the trees shall rise, birds soar into the clouds beyond. Beyond the clouds the sky is blue, and there are stars beyond. Each life is beautiful within its sphere, yet ever and ever there is something beyond. Ever and ever there is something beyond. A heron born in a nest at the top of a tree is part of life that has lived on earth since the time that life began. All flying, swimming, running things, all living plants on earth this day were derived from life gone by, and from these things will flow the life that is to come. In a continuous living cycle, each end becomes a beginning, and life is becoming, always becoming. A seed in the earth, roots, rain. Roots, rain, a stem and leaves, sunlight and shadows, blossoms and pollen, the winds and time, a seed, life eternal. And the mist returns to the earth as rain. Trees return and enrich the land. Birds, animals, insects, and flowers shall complete the cycle of their own. High over the earth, wisps of mist.